Hello and welcome to the Simple Things. My computer's trying to kill itself, but it's fine. I am your host, Cookie Swaga. I am the owner of the tavern, and I'm gonna die. I am joined by my co-host.
Hello,
Maybe I should
I'm
go ahead.
Jewish. I do most of the art here. I'm stuck. Please let me leave. May I?
No.
What?
What? Anyways, we're joined by our two guests. Say hello, two guests.
Hello.
Our guests today are Gwen the Dragon, right? Or Gwen
Gwen
Dragon
Dragon.
Art.
Gwen Dragon.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then of course our basically spiritual third host.
Hello,
Thanks.
I'm Nick's Bunny. You can't get rid of me. Cookie's actually tried to throw me out several times. There's a couple
Yeah.
holes in the wall where I've come in like the Kool-Aid Man. It's fine.
I literally have like an impression of you like framed at this point.
It's like the Chicago rat hole, but
Yeah.
The tavern bunny
rat
hole.
have you not seen
Yeah.
that?
Sounds.
Anyway.
Me dating this video.
Yeah, right. Unfortunately, our third host that we did have, NPC Joe, was not able to get here because it is 3 a.m. for him, and you know,
It-
part
Collapsed.
yeah.
half of us are already half asleep. It's fine.
Listen.
I'm
It,
uh-huh.
Yeah.
it's
I'm one of
1
those
a.m. for
people.
me, basically.
I'm crashing.
Jesus.
I woke up at noon. This is my midday.
Oh, buddy.
All right, we're all tired. It's but yeah. But that's not why we're here today. We are here to simp. And today we're simping by our closest vote yet. Shifters almost had it, and I swear to God, I'm going to tip the scales the next time around. And God damn it.
Start bribing us, bud.
We have
I
we
tried.
have the voting rule in place now. So
Yeah. But Shifters is not the focus today. The
Sadly.
focus is Lizardfolk. Yay!
Wahoo!
Wahoo!
Lizard.
Dragonborn, but skinny. Just kidding.
Yeah, that's
don't
exactly
don't
why.
not
kill me.
necessarily, but
That's exactly why I had to join. Because I missed the Dragonborn episode. I gotta make it to one of the Scalies.
Man, I feel that in my soul.
Yeah,
As
but
the honorary third host.
as the honorary third host, what?
Isn't that
I
like
gotta make
legitimately
one
the
of them.
episode you missed so far?
Yes.
God.
Yeah.
I
Because,
said you're stuck with me.
You're the one guest that I'm like, all right, be free,
All
and Nick's
right.
is like, no, clings to leg.
I'm that kid where I raise my hand every single time teacher asks a question in class and they just look around. Anyone else? Anyone else?
Mood.
Yeah. But despite Nyx's clinginess, yeah, no. The lizard folk, just a little, if I'm sure if you've played D&D, you know lizard folk, but you know, they started it off as just monsters that you fought, and then eventually someone went, I want to be that, and the story goes on. Now we have amazing lizard inspired characters that we can enjoy. Anybody have any lizard folk facts? Like lizard folk is one of the monsters where I'm like, you're a lizard, you know?
Please.
I mean,
It is.
there is like a few variants. I remember that the first time that I encountered lizardfolk or lizardfolk adjacent creatures it was on a book that only had, because I started playing a while back, and by a while back I mean 3.5 still was the main thing. And they were like troglodytes are a type, not exactly a type of Lizardfolk, but they are more or less also it. I was like very confused because there weren't any illustrations of them because it was an adventure path. I was like, what the fuck is a troglodyte? Because I imagined like a caveman or something, and then I looked at it, I was like, oh, it's a lizard. Huh.
Lizard.
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 It's
Why
a
are we
lizard.
like this every time?
It's gonna happen.
Oh, we're
like 20 times per
neurospicy,
episode.
buddy.
I'm aware of the
There's
situation.
there's not a single neurotypical person around, and
Uh,
we're going to thrive on our energies.
Listen. Uh,
but
is-
yeah.
Um,
So, any other lizard folk facts? Me just shortens it to just lizard.
Any lizard
yeah.
facts?
Yeah, you got
Lizard
any
facts?
like actual lizard? No, I'm just kidding. Unless,
Unless.
Links.
yeah. Then let's just go into the questions. And we gotta start off with the basic bitch answer that I always, or a question that I always have. What attracts you to lizard folk?
Okay, who wants to start? Who
Okay.
wants to start themselves?
I was really tempted to immediately jump to the most inappropriate answer, but at the same time, that's not true. And I
What the
don't want to
mood?
lie on the show.
Yeah, don't
Mhm.
lie. Don't we don't do fake news here. We do fake things, but we don't do fake news. God damn it.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's why I'm not lying. No, we're lizards. Um, mm, I'm I'm
Okay, but
lizard blinking right now. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Somebody talk.
Okay, I'll start. Okay, they're the first thing, teeth, claws, hot. That's just like it. And they're also like the tail. They have tails, which I also greatly enjoy. And of course, they tend to be very big, which is a bonus.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like
Yeah.
they do have they do be big creatures, big predator. Like especially, I do have a thing for the trope of like big scary monster or like creature that is like very dangerous, but it goes soft for you. It's just cute and it's just hot.
uh-huh.
Yeah. Big. Big is good.
Oh my god.
God.
And they have
Uh-huh.
tails.
Uh-huh.
Big lizard
Elaborate.
good.
Okay.
Holds mic up to Nix's face. Mm-hmm. Big is good. Hmm?
Now we have a caveman amongst
Um,
us.
s- oh wow.
Oh, what?
Pet.
Huh?
Okay.
I didn't.
All right, buddy. Anyway,
I'm crashing so hard right now. I'm so
I
sorry.
I know you're sloppy on the show. How dare you?
I'm sorry.
I'm joking. Anyway,
Mm,
Juice.
floppy.
Okay, stop it.
God.
Sorry, it was low hanging fruit.
Gets the spray bottle out.
Lizard folk to me are just funky little guys. I like the idea of just the gecko eyes.
Mm,
They're just little silly guys to me. I the fucking defense mechanism that some lizards have where they just drop their tail and run.
What?
Like
no
their
tail.
Yeah.
tail disconnects and then they run. I find that so funny.
That is
Just
the
Yeah.
biggest I'm going to shit my pants and run. Like,
Yeah.
well,
just
I mean, there's the horned lizard that just squirts blood out of its eyes. It's not
Yeah,
actually
there's
blood,
that
I
one,
don't
but
think. There's so
Pretty-
many defense mechanisms for lizards that are so fucking goofy. I love it.
I'm
And
not
they
Yeah.
have like
Such good character potential.
yeah,
I think they're one of the best races for making it just a silly little guy.
yeah.
And you were saying something, Gwen?
No, I was just saying that the tail thing specifically, because I'm from Spain, where it's extremely hot, and those type of lizards live all over. I've had one when I was a kid because I kind of like adopted it because we found it at home. I was like, oh, you're my friend now.
You're my friend now.
Also,
We're having tacos later.
any race with the ability to have like horns or some sort of like
Yeah.
headpiece,
Yeah.
Spike?
like frills, spikes. It's
I'm
chef's kiss.
realizing almost every character you say is just horns, and I dubbed the part of the Horny for Horns Club. Welcome.
Good.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm learning things about lizards, and I'm not too sure if I want to talk about a lizard that squirts blood out of its eye, but I guess
They're
it-
No
neat.
concept for a blood hunter though.
Wholesome. I just think they're neat.
Yeah, I read about them in 4th grade once, and I've never been able to forget about them.
I mean,
Oh,
also some lizards, the tongue.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Anyways, moving on.
Okay. Are we moving on?
But you said that, and my brain just immediately went to a chameleon with
I
the
mean,
sticky tongue, and just you being like across the room, and they yoink you over.
Jesus.
Oh, that's hilarious.
That's funny.
Yeah, I've been shipped with
Yeah.
enough characters today.
Oh my goodness.
Mhm.
Yeah. I guess if I were to put my opinion on the table, I like him because whatever. I'm a monster fucker.
You know,
I like the personality.
I like it,
you know,
Picasso.
I like that
you
they
know
got
what,
that double.
girl, that's honest work. Same.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Anything else attracts you to lizard folk or shakily holding a pencil?
Nunchucks. If you know,
Nothing
you
else I
know.
can share on the
I'm
podcast.
sorry.
Teehee.
What?
The
Don't worry.
nunchucks. If
Don't
you know,
worry
you know.
about
No, I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look this up later.
No, don't.
Nobody.
Suspense.
Oh no. Okay. I'm gonna move on
We'll
to
tell
the
you.
next
We'll tell you
question.
when you're older.
I'm older than all of you.
Are
Yeah.
you?
Yeah.
I
I'm
don't think you're
28.
older than
How old are
Gwen.
you?
Oh, never mind. I don't want to
Yeah.
dox myself.
Okay. Like, listen, it's a number. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Uh,
Anyway, next question. Shakily goes.
Yeah.
Okay. The next question is like, where do you picture lizard folk settling the most? Like swamps, desert. Like where do you picture lizard folk? The most, I guess. Like,
What kind of environment we usually pops into
yeah.
our head when we think of lizard?
For
yeah.
me, the first thing is deserts.
Um,
Mostly because that's where I've seen most of the lizards in my life. But
Yeah. For me, it's like more like wastelands or like badlands than actual like deserts. Mostly because that's like the climate around the south here, where it's like not exactly like sand deserts, but the more rocky, quote unquote, types.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I feel like an outlier here. Then I usually think of jungles. I
that's
usually
fair.
think of very jungle-like areas. I think that's just because I grew up with Planet Earth, where my favorite episode was the jungle episode, where we would talk about a lot of lizards.
Yeah, like rainforest and shit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mm.
yeah.
Mm,
I
a
don't
nice
think I've
moist
ever thought
forest.
about a swamp.
You know what?
Like,
Yeah, I haven't either. It's just kind of like lizard folk in particular with games tend to
yeah,
place them in swamp. I don't know why.
yeah,
Crocodile lizard folk.
I,
Oh yeah, that's
yeah,
true.
if they were crocodiles, Lizardfolk, I get that. It's just kind of weird that it's like usually the normal looking Lizardfolk in swamps.
yeah.
Rainforests, I get it a lot more.
Generic lizard in swamp. Why?
Mm.
Why swamp?
Why swamp?
Yeah.
Explain that.
To
Explain
be
that
fair,
video
I don't
game.
really watch a lot of shows with swamps in them, so I'm like, are
Yeah,
lizards?
Yeah, that's fair.
my my experience with that is usually more with like video games, and especially like the D&D inspired ones, or like D&D and adjacent.
Yeah.
Or
That's true.
stuff like Skyrim.
True.
Black Marsh.
In Yeah, in Kingmaker, because I replayed that recently. It's a game based on Pathfinder First Edition. There is a subquest with Lizardfolk that is in a swamp.
Oh.
You can either like help one of the Lizardfolk that is trying to tell the shaman as a fake, or kind of like just slaughter everyone. But you
Oh,
know, average D&D
Mm.
fare of like, yeah, you can either befriend these people or kill them all. You know,
oh,
Oh.
well,
kind of
Jesus,
how it goes in the end in these games.
that's true.
Classic video game.
Like,
Yeah,
Friends or death?
like
yeah.
I mean,
There's no
that's
honestly,
how
middle
I
ground.
react to people too.
That's fair.
really, like lizards are such a common animal with so many different varieties. I could see them pretty much anywhere.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
mostly like I like the idea, like getting into someone's mind, because like where I first picture lizard folk is like rainforest. Like
Yeah.
that's where I picture it. Like of course they can be anywhere, like habitatual. It's just the first like instinct of like lizard folk. I think rainforest, while Juice, you said desert.
Yeah.
I like
Mhm.
the like just because we know the same like race or anything, it doesn't mean we picture them in the same setting right away. So it
Yeah.
was just like
it's
a
true.
For me, it partly 'cause I lived in California for a while, and that's where I saw most of my lizards. But then it's also for some reason when I think of lizards, my mind goes to this. It goes to this movie I don't remember the title of, just because there's a scene where someone almost gets poisoned by a lizard. Uh,
Jurassic Park.
no, it's
Holes?
the movie has barely anything to do with lizards. It, I don't know the name of it. It's a movie where someone steals some shoes and gets sent out to work in a digging thing.
Holes? Yeah, that's
Holes.
holes.
Yeah.
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 And they take like bearded and frilled lizards and they just painted little spots on them in order to make them this fictional lizard that was supposed to be highly
Jesus.
venomous.
Yeah. I don't know why. That's where my mind likes to go when I think of lizards.
That is a very fair.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right. Well, thank you all
Lizard.
for letting me look into your mind palace.
Yeah, sorry to
Mind
mess in here.
palace.
Yeah. Some of you guys have shacks, and I won't say who.
Well,
It's
I,
me.
I wouldn't call mine a palace. It's a big house at best.
I don't want
Oh,
to say
yeah,
it. No.
sure.
Let's not get
No.
into it.
It's a big house. It's just a big house, buddy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna move on before someone stares
Yeah.
at
Pulls out
Nyx.
a knife.
Yeah. Um. So,
Intercraft ones.
to the next question, what classes do you think fit them the most?
Ooh, that's a
My
good one.
mind goes
I
to
think that.
Ranger.
Huh?
Oh,
What?
I don't know. It's just like lizard folk seem like they could be from pretty much anywhere, so they, depending on like where they're from, I feel like they know their area very well.
Oh, yeah. I just didn't hear you, so from context, because I heard you, I'm realizing you said ranger, but at first I
Yeah.
heard Hansher, and I was like, huh?
Ranger. That's my favorite class. Ranger.
Yeah, that's why I was like,
right.
huh?
Ranger.
Oh, I think if I had to say one, it will be probably barbarian.
Ooh, yeah.
Because one of the things that happens is that I usually think of like Lizardfolk as like probably because they do have like the base unarmored defense. I tend to think of them as like either very barbarians or like unarmored fighters or things like that, like something physical. Mostly because I tend to picture Lizardfolk very beefy. I don't know why. But usually, like I tend to think of them like very beefy, very physical, and things like barbarian or fighter like fit them.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Both in mechanics and theme.
Nice.
I think that even though this isn't particularly my favorite, I usually end up thinking lizard folk, and my brain immediately goes to either rogue or sorcerer,
I can see that.
Mhm.
because my brain actually goes the exact opposite direction of Gwen's, and I tend to immediately think of a very live lead. I don't know how to pronounce words.
Pet.
Lin?
Twink.
It's like,
Twink.
what?
Angel is in the is in the sky.
I'm sorry.
I think very thin characters most of the time when it comes to lizard folk, honestly, and just feel that very lanky energy that is really dexterous, a little bit squishy when it comes to the HP, but not quite as much so as say a wizard. You know,
Your
no
wizard,
wizard
Harry.
lizard in my brain. So I'd say probably for my favorite though, I do like the idea of a fighter a lot, and I think that a big part of that for me is just my brain having been poisoned by the I think they're, if I'm remembering names correctly, because I'm not being bothered to check right now, Lizalfos in
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Zelda,
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
especially
Yes.
especially the ones in Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time. You know, when
Yeah.
they've got
Yeah.
Those little
the
squeaks
Morning
that they
Star
make.
tails.
Yeah.
I
I think that's also
have
in
never
Skyward
played this
Sword,
game.
but that is a-okay. All I
It's
can
all
tell you is that they are absolutely brutal fuckers,
Mm-hmm.
and my brain specifically goes to fighter because of the plate armor that they tended to wear.
now my
In
mind's just playing the little noise they make whenever they jump around.
Oh no. Why?
Pavlovian
No.
conditioning.
Oh, that's gonna get clipped somewhere.
I'm sorry.
Quick, someone clip it, please. I beg.
No.
Yeah. Fuck.
Fox, if you're watching, get it.
uh, I don't. Okay.
No.
Okay. Okay. Uh, as always, last but not least, actually the one who's iconic and wonderful and amazing, me.
Mhm.
Jesus.
Correct.
I was thinking druid. Like, it's
I
just
was
like
tempted.
lizard. Yeah, it's just lizard folk. I feel like is like so like often portrayed in nature and stuff, and druids are always like good in deserts, forests, like wherever you have you. There, the survivability is up there. Um, just shamans in general, like very much druid vibes.
That's what I
Yeah.
was thinking when you said it. Like, right, because they tend to live in like somewhat
Tribes.
tribal communities, yeah.
Yeah.
And the idea of like there being a shaman is like kind of, you know, like the archetype.
Yeah. Like, is it a stereotype? Yes, but it's also
Yes.
D&D, so it's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, but we're not basing them off any living culture or like a
Mhm.
specific culture in general. So yeah, and if you want, you can like base them on the like Picts on the north of England and be like little druids. Um,
Yeah. Oh my god, a British fucking lizard folk would be hilarious. And what
yeah,
makes
Lizard.
mate. Yeah.
Oh god,
Oh.
now all I can think of is the lizard folk going, we live in a society.
Thanks for
Uh,
putting that image in my brain.
I'm sorry. Oh no. Now it's there. It's just there now.
Yep.
Mhm.
Staring at
Pulls out
screen
my
with those
canvas.
lizard eyes.
Please, God, don't draw that. If I have one thing, I just don't do a lizard folk Joker. I beg of you.
Look,
It's okay. I wasn't thinking of going for Joker route.
Okay, okay.
I think that would be too easy.
yeah.
Okay. I also don't condone him. Anyway.
We don't condone Joker, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Creepy little guy. Oh
Unlike
man.
the lizards, which are funny little guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Lizards.
Lizards. God.
lizard.
Okay. This group of people is the worst because we mimic like one word. Uh, okay. So to add on to that, the class question, and I feel like we kind of got a sense, like, if you were to make a lizard folk character right now, like, what lizard would you base it off of, and class maybe?
Ooh,
Oh,
I,
sorry, go ahead. You first.
sorry, thank you. I am always absolutely garbage when it comes to picking classes. I'll usually end up rolling to figure out what class I'm gonna go with, but I really want to make a water monitor lizard because I
Ooh.
think
Ooh.
big lizard would be really fun, especially since they're they're massive. They're absolutely huge. And
Look up
at the
water
same
monitor.
time, they're a little bit silly. Every single time that I've seen them, they just kind of squirm their way around places. I
I
think
like to see
that
them struggle.
oh,
I like to see them
no.
struggle.
I mean, like, there was a video that went viral a while ago of a water monitor lizard that got its way into a convenience store and was climbing up
Oh,
shelves.
I know that video.
It's a massive lizard. It's wreaking havoc on this poor little convenience store, and
They,
it doesn't have a care in the world because ew, lizard, no brain, no think. So
Nothing
I
if
goes
I
feel
were
wrong.
to
like
go for water monitor lizard, I would really want to go for a class that does not require any intelligence. And
yeah.
intelligence dump stat, baby.
I,
I don't
I
want to
find it
play a stupid, silly guy.
I find it kind of funny because one of the first lizards that came to my mind was a Komodo dragon, which very
Oh, same.
similar,
Similar.
very similar.
Yeah.
We just
Same
like the
neuron.
lizard.
I actually Googled it because it was like, what is that? And I was like, isn't this a Komodo dragon? No, they're two
Yeah,
different
I
things. But
I
I
looked
was,
it up to make sure that they were different things.
yeah.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
So Juice says Komodo dragon.
I like it's one of the first lizards that comes to my mind, partly because growing up, our zoo had one that
Mhm.
passed away at some point, and they had like a little statue for it in
R.I.P.
memoriam. Yeah.
R.I.P. Lizard.
R.I.P.
Mm.
lizard.
We're gonna
Um,
simp over your character. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry.
Alright.
I'm sorry.
It's hard to, because I really like any lizard that's like really spiky, or
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah.
forget what the lizard was, the one that I based. I think it was armadillo lizard or something.
Yes. They are very pretty.
I love. I tested the waters a bit when I had Pebbles take the form of one as a lizard folk for a while, but
Uh,
Uh-huh.
I think making like a full fledged character for that.
mhm.
I'm trying to think what class would I want to go with that. Again, I could do ranger. I still think ranger is very fitting.
I'm literally foaming at the mouth for my turn. I have an idea.
So go first.
Your brain. Your brain is.
Go first,
I,
Kukri. I'll let you have it.
I want a chameleon bard.
Oh,
Ooh.
I
Yes.
want her to be colorful as fuck.
As she should be.
yeah.
I also think that would be really cool for like, because chameleons obviously want to camouflage and stuff,
Mhm.
and I feel like it'd be really cool to have like a mischievous little chameleon bard that gets up to shenanigans, and just be like, I didn't do that. Who saw me? Who saw me? you know.
Uh,
Very changeling level, I see.
Mm,
yeah.
Yeah.
But chameleon.
Chameleons are cool.
Million lizard.
They
yeah,
are.
I feel like they're very like a colorful lizard as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I now like the thing is that I now hear chameleons, so for some reason my mind went to Rango. You know the movie.
Yeah.
Rango.
I was thinking of the chameleon song, like come on, come on, come on, chameleon.
That's lovely.
I don't want to get sued.
I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. Me sweats a little bit.
I'm sorry.
Okay. I
You're
think
copyright infringement.
Yeah.
if I had to make, I kind of, just kind of beat me to it. I was thinking either Komodo dragons also, or like armadillo lizards, because I really like armadillo lizards or anything with spikes, as we will see later.
Yeah.
You don't say.
You
So
don't
it's
say.
so it sounds like I have 3 talls and I'm small.
Small.
I mean, armadillo. I can picture armadillo lizards as very small. Like
Yeah,
as
yeah,
lizard folk, they are very small in general.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I think a armadillo lizard monk, because I
Ooh.
love like one of the features, the fact that they have natural armor that goes off of their decks, and means that you don't have to actually like put a lot into wisdom if you don't want to. Especially early on, that's very forgiving for a monk, because monks,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
they struggle
Monk.
with armor. um, and that's like pretty good, and the fact that they can like use their jaws to attack, and it's like a little bit better default damage than their unarmed attacks like early on. It's also cool, and I find the idea of like monks and unarmed fighters that use like their natural physiology to like combine it with their martial arts like really cool. um and I just imagine like like combining actual like martial strikes, or like a martial art that includes their bites as part of it. I don't know, I just think that's cool,
Yeah.
which is me and my always having this little caveat with monks of like, I wish you were better.
Yeah, that's
really
fair.
cool. Uh,
Make scrappy hands at it.
yeah.
Give me the lizard.
Yeah.
Every
Did you
every
ever
time
figure? Oh.
every time we say lizard, take a drink. He will be dead by the end of the episode.
Oh God,
Yes.
I fucking
Lindsay.
forgot my champagne. God damn it.
Mhm.
You can grab it later and then
Yeah, what were
rewatch.
you?
Yeah,
What,
I'll rewatching it. Fucking poisoned.
what were you going to say, Cookie?
Oh, I was gonna ask if you ever figured out what kind of class they were gonna finish because I did. I was foaming at the mouth to get that.
Yeah,
Oh,
sure.
Okay.
It's hard to. I'm having a hard time landing on a specific class.
that's fair.
I think I would probably just go with Ranger, maybe like Predator Ranger.
Ooh.
Oh, do I have to call
Healthy.
the cops if your new
Not
show is?
that
But
the
but
Not that kind of front.
okay.
not that kind of Predator.
I'm sorry, that was a bad joke. Don't kill me.
I won't. Don't worry.
I'm
Pass.
all
talking
right.
to the audience that
Mhm.
will kill me. Maybe. I don't know.
God.
Oh, oh,
Yeah, what is happening over there?
What you doing there?
brain blast.
The caffeine
Dinosaur
hitting.
lizard folk.
What kind of dinosaur?
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't a dinosaur kid, so I can't
Ooh.
immediately pull a dinosaur out of my back
Damn.
pocket.
Loch Ness monster.
Ankylosaurus. Ankylosaurus.
Charizard.
Charizard.
I don't fucking know, man.
I was a dinosaur kid, Deinonychus. Like Deinonychus are like one of my favorites.
Now,
Or
if
those or Ankylosaurus.
if you do dinosaur lizard folk, do you give them feathers?
Yes,
That-
of course you do.
Yeah,
Wait, is that? I thought that was.
Depends on-
Is that real?
Yes.
Yeah.
depends on them. Yeah,
Depends on the
Oh.
dinosaur, but a lot of them had feathers.
like
Mm.
was
How do we know
Yeah.
this?
Because of the way the bones were not structured. Thanks, boys from the sky.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, the
Thank you,
audience
tech
cannot
support.
hear it, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's the most upsetting part is that only we can hear Phoenix whenever he
little-
decides to talk.
A little bird told me.
Yeah,
Oh,
little
oh,
bird
Jesus
told me
Christ.
bone structure.
Oh,
Uh,
God.
it sounds creepy out of context.
A little bird came up
little
and was like,
bit.
bones.
The bones.
The bones.
Yeah, okay. Well, I learned something new every time.
Every time you come on this show, you get to be graced with some new information. It may not necessarily be stuff that you want to know.
Okay.
Listen, it's the perk of like bringing people with hyperfixations to the show.
Yeah. All right. I think that's the end of that question. Are there any questions you guys would like to ask? I always like to leave the floor open to people, but I also know most
Lord.
people I invite on here have social anxiety or or the
have-
questions have already been asked.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask like if you here's the thing,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like that Lizardfolk have this thing in their lore, right? That because they are cold-blooded, they don't quite feel emotions the same way as humanoids do.
Uh-huh.
And I wanted to know like what's your opinion on that? Like what do you like cold-blooded Lizardfolk that kind of act a little bit inhuman, or do you just like them being like more humanoid in general, like more like any other humanoid?
I think it works in both scenarios. Like,
Yeah.
it
Like,
really depends on the character.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I guess that's how, yeah, it really depends on the character, the setting, and such
Mhm.
like that. There's also the fact that one person, which I forgot to reach out to them for this episode, but their character was a lizard folk that was also kind of on the same spectrum of like emotions are kind of distant from them, but his character, like the lizard folk around him, they were obsessed with one thing, and their thing was cooking. And he described it as cooking was like the closest thing to love that his lizard folk would ever like come close to. So
Ooh.
I think that was a cool take on like the emotions aspect where it wasn't
Ooh.
the same as how we feel it, but it was like special for the lizard folk, you
I
know?
don't I don't know
Yeah.
why lizards and food have always just like had a connection in my mind.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I just the idea of them loving food, whether it's cooking or hunting or just
Who knows?
who
Okay,
knows.
buddy.
There's, there's that there's a like comedy dub of I think Goblin Slayer,
Mm-hmm.
and the the person that does like the voice of the lizard character in that comedic satire dub made the character have an obsession with cheese.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah, I remember.
Mm.
Okay, buddy.
Uh,
Cheese.
do you need a
Next.
pillow, Nix?
Yeah. Here, lay down on the table, bud.
Oh, don't tempt me.
We'll get,
God.
we'll get you just a little lizard blanket.
Lizard blanket. I love a
Please
lizard blanket.
Listen, blank.
put you
God.
in like a dinosaur.
Onesie.
Is it onesie?
Yeah.
Yes.
One.
Yeah.
I don't know why onesie
Oh,
sounded like the wrong word. I was
no,
No,
onesie's
it
the
is a
correct word.
onesie.
okay.
Oh, yeah. I'd be the heat rock for the lizard.
Yeah.
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 It is
Yeah.
wonderful.
But yeah, I
I
hope
love
that
the heat
answered
rock.
the
Yeah,
question
yeah.
of
It
it.
was very interesting to know.
Yeah, I think I like that take personally the most because it kind of is like not everybody has to feel emotions the same way as we do,
Mhm.
and yeah,
Yeah, I personally find that quite interesting.
yeah. Gwen
Yeah.
taking notes for next character.
Yeah. No, like the thing is that I'm for a long time I was forever DM and that kind of shaped my view on a lot of things. I'm like, oh yeah, I like some creatures, some species not being like, you know, just human with different aesthetics,
Mhm.
mentality ways. And that was one of them. Like I like Lizardfolk being like not 100% like being, of course, not oh they're monsters, etc., and they have no empathy, but not feeling the things like exactly the same way that humans do. Like maybe having like more muted emotions or having like a harder time understanding things that humans and other warm-blooded species like take for granted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be fair, you don't, being lacking or different in emotion isn't gonna like make them more monstrous, really,
Yeah,
necessarily. Is I think
no,
a big thing for why people usually end up going for making lizard folk or creatures in general have very humanoid emotions is because I think that maybe they don't quite understand that.
yeah. Um, I completely agree. It's just one of those things that and also because it says it in the fucking monster manual. Like
Yeah,
they first appear in the monster manual and they describe that
yeah.
as like a quote unquote monstrous trait and like
Yeah.
mm,
No emotions.
unfortunate.
They're bad. Blah.
Bleh.
Jesus. All
God.
right.
Lovely. Like
God.
okay, let's move along.
Yeah.
I'm
Anyway,
sorry.
while we have a crackheaded person over here. Let's go on.
Decaffeinated.
Oh my god. Get caffeine.
I did. I chugged. I chugged. I
Mhm.
chugged. I chugged.
You chugged, yeah.
Yeah, I just
Mhm.
chugged. Uh-huh.
All right. Anyway, let's move on to our first art piece.
Oh,
Oh my goodness.
yeah, I got thighs again.
Jeez.
God damn it.
You're always in by real estate, huh?
It's because I'm crotch height.
Right. Okay, everybody.
No, that just lines up with a lot of the art pieces. That's all. That's all.
I'm going to fist fight for you. Fist fight you for that for that position now.
I
I like
know.
how you say
I
that. You're
always say
punching
that.
Bisque in the dick every time you talk.
So sorry.
Look at that.
I
I'm
know.
doing something else.
That's a
We're doing
different way of
something else.
fisting.
Mhm.
All right. All right, class, calm down.
You're asking too much of us.
I noticed. This is Bisque, a chief enforcer of a black market, inspired by the thorny devil lizard. This is owned by the Roman cloak or phoenix, our tech support bird. The art is by Kinkyo YT, and of course, Gwyn Dragon. I almost said your like full thing here, and I'm like, she's over here.
Fine.
She's right here.
You can say when.
Yeah, I know. I just like I had the thing written down, forgetting that you were.
Fun. I
So
love
it's
that.
like,
here.
I love that
Okay.
Diana's thought bubble is right above you as well.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, people got me right.
All right.
Oh
So
my
let's
god.
just start. Well, I mean, you guys all are, but
Mm-hmm.
Amazing.
Okay, listen. Like, the first thing that happened, like, because I was there when this character was introduced, and this was too, actually. So the first thing that happened is that we walk into the black market, right? And we are like looking around, and we see this guy who is described as being 8 feet tall, super buff, and we approach, and he gets into a flex off with the barbarian, with Tack or barbarian, and then I'm sweating because like Jesus Christ, I am too bisexual for this. Was my exact words, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Because he's big, he's very buff. I like lizards. I'm unapologetically a monster fucker. And he was like, oh god, and I am not ashamed in pretty slightless. There is way too much. If you go to my alt account, there's way too much pictures including this guy.
Mhm. Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
I like his titties.
You got
Yeah.
good titties.
Yeah.
They're very nice.
Oh.
Or I
Oh.
guess
When we get a
snitties. I don't know.
uh
It's not really a snake.
Liddies.
that
Lizzie,
that I
Lizzies.
Lizzies.
that reminded me of a question to ask at some point.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know when would be the most appropriate time to ask it, so
I mean, you brought it up.
The floor
I'm
is
like
yours.
racist.
I just I wasn't sure. I think that do y'all think that they should have like in particular with female lizard folk, do you
No.
think that they should have titties?
No.
Okay, I don't know nipples, of course.
Yeah.
No, no.
Um,
But
mm-mm.
muscles. I don't know.
Pectorals.
Pectorals
That would make
for
sense because it's a muscle structure.
Yeah.
but titty makes no sense. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm not
I'm
talking about making sense. I was just saying,
Yeah, no. It's just like
do you like them
for
on
some
there?
reason
You
I
like
kinda
titties and
I
titties.
kinda don't.
I
That's
don't mind
what-
either way.
Yeah.
Both good.
Both
Mhm.
good.
It's fantasy
Fair,
race. It don't matter.
Mhm. You know,
Kitty or no
fair
kitty.
that's fair.
enough.
Just not for me.
That's
I will
fair.
That is
also
fair.
say this looks like, despite the the spikes, they do look like they give great hugs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't
because
know.
the
I would have to
text.
lotion his ass up
Yeah,
before I
because
hug him.
listen. He looks like he's very nice to lay on top of. Like
Oh,
you rest your head
well,
on
Oh.
the TV.
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Me with my texture issues having to lay a blanket over him before I even.
You know, that's
Yeah.
fair. Cover them up slot.
Yeah, literally me puts a soft blanket over and then puts head on. Alright.
Jesus.
But yeah, I also like the coloration. It's really
Mm,
cool.
Yeah.
yeah,
Got
All right.
good calories.
Yeah. Is he always shirtless?
kind of. As far
Okay.
as I remember, he was not. I didn't remember the clothes that he was described. I was
Stares
like,
at the
Uh-huh.
bird in the sky. Is
mhm.
he sure? Is he always shirtless?
He was. I
Yeah.
guess
My
not during the
God.
winter,
I will
but
descend from the heavens, and I'm poking out of the roof right now. But he's not always shirtless, but it's much more comfortable because he's from a very warm region. So just better to, stay cool by
mhm.
constantly not having to wear a shirt if possible. That is all.
You know,
Goodbye. Returning to the ceiling.
Thank you, Tech
okay,
Bird.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
that's
Tech
fair.
Bird.
Uh,
Thank you, O
Back to the
powerful
Nessie goes.
DM.
Um,
Wisdom's
listen, like the thing is that I think it's also summer during the game, so that
yeah.
also helps. Um,
Is there
uh,
anything else you would like to say about this? Because we do have
we have other
5
characters, so
more. Yeah.
I'm not going to stay here for 20 more minutes.
yeah.
I
Oh,
love
Uh,
him.
Cool big
I love
boy.
him.
love. And if you want to see
Yeah.
more art, I think you, Gwen, you have a
Yeah,
different
Squid.
account.
yeah.
Oh. Oh, yeah.
It is linked
Yeah.
on the roller account, so yeah,
Yeah, if you want to see spicy stuff, Gwen's
it's
got
an
some
Over
goods.
18.
Yeah, over
but
It
18.
glares.
18, and I don't want any kids there. Like if I sniff a
Okay.
single kid in there, I'm going to ban you.
Hey, later on YouTube, hey parent, if your kid is watching this, don't let them watch this.
Yeah, why are they
I've seen,
watching this?
yeah,
Get
Why
out
the
of here.
fuck is your child on here?
yeah,
Yeah. Anyway,
I'm not appropriate right now.
yeah. This is
I'm
my
never
call
appropriate.
towards the middle of this. Don't let your kid watch this. God damn it, we're
Yeah.
not for
Mhm.
children. We're cute and
Yeah.
everything, but no. All right.
You're saying so much out of
Okay.
pocket shit here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's move along.
The-
All right. Next up is Raz. Raz or Ras?
Res
Razzle.
McRaز.
Yar.
Okay,
Ras.
it's Ras.
Mhm.
Chieftain of Vepistrath and
Mhm.
Devout of the Midnight King, which are all homebrew things with Phoenix's campaign. But the
Mhm.
Midnight King, if I recall correctly, is the dragon of the region. Um,
Yes, they are.
and based on a Dillo Raptor.
Yeah.
It, it
Yeah.
it starts with a D that he can
Um,
have in me. No, I'm just kidding.
Dilophosaurus.
I was gonna say
Uh,
you could start with the D with me, but
hey.
I'm
This is
I'm
sorry.
seeing
once
is
again owned by Phoenix, and the art is by King Kuro YT.
mhm. I'm thinking very inappropriate things right now.
Mhm.
I'm thinking of smooch on the
Mhm.
forehead. That's it. Yeah. Look at
Mhm.
that
I
Lizzie.
you guys are like, I want to smooch. Inappropriate things. I'm like, I feel like he would look at me and go pathetic, and I kind of like it. You have no survival instincts. You will die, and it's like, thank you. I will.
Mhm.
I
Yes,
I
yes.
feel like particularly he would look and say he would say you have no survival instincts, and then immediately take you over and start teaching you survival things.
Oh, that's a
It's like
Um,
I
cannot
feel
do
like
this on
that's
your own.
your.
It's
he.
the it's yeah.
We have two
I'm
very different
projecting,
daddy
but it's
issues.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mhm. I could take him.
two very different daddy issue perspectives right there.
I could take him.
Uh-huh.
In a fight,
In a
right?
fight, right?
I could take
Okay,
him.
and I won, so I still
Mm.
Have
confused myself
a
for a second. Whoopsh.
whoops.
I'm not
Let's see
doing
with
so
this
right.
tool. Anyway, yeah, I just really like the more tribal aspect of the outfit as well. It's really cool. Like, I don't
Mhm.
need like before even reading it, I was like, chieftain, like.
Yeah, I really like the like gills or frills or cover they're called, like the things on the sides of the head.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
the
the
frills.
Mhm. They're really cool. I like that kind of thing on Lizardfolk.
Easy.
It looks really cool.
yeah.
So head turn to
Yeah.
Juice.
Wait. I like that. I'm gonna be honest. He's not for me.
Fair.
Mhm.
There.
Like design wise, he good. He nice. He's
Yeah.
sweet boy. Uh, just not for me.
That's
Respectfully.
fair.
Yeah. Another one where I'm like, I would have to lather him in lotion because I think his skin is dry.
Buddy, I'm sorry. That's a
I
lot of
know.
lizards.
I know. That's why I don't think this episode specifically. But,
But yeah, again,
Mhm.
I
would.
do love the outfit, and like I think it is good character design. I just don't simp for this man or woman
Mm,
or they them. I don't know their gender.
uh, they
They
them.
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 Okay,
I
they them.
kiss them.
Yeah.
I kiss them on the head. I'd struggle. I'd probably end up only being able to like kiss the tip of their snout, depending on the ridges and the
Consent.
Mhm.
rigidity of them. Maybe I just smooch the ridges. It's fine. Wait.
I could take
Uh-huh.
them.
I don't want to talk anymore. Somebody take
Uh,
over, please.
I really later I'm just going to find the embarrassing parts and figure out how to clip things and
Clipping is
I
fairly easy.
No.
hell yeah. All right.
Oh my god.
But yeah, cool beans.
Mm.
Mhm.
Let's move on to our next one.
Oh,
Uh okay. This is Camembert, Moon
bestie,
Druid.
bestie,
Best.
camembert.
Yep. They are in a group called Scales for Hire. They are apparently, or she. Let me just double check the pronouns.
She. Yeah.
Yeah, she is a spellcaster who lacks tact and is having some trouble expressing herself.
Hmm.
I mean, right off the gate, I do
Wow.
love the scale pattern
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really cool.
as well as
Uh,
Hey, that type of lizard looks familiar.
he.
the
it I could be completely wrong. But I was just looking at reference images on Google and looks similar to a water monitor lizard. I am so sorry if I am completely incorrect. However,
yeah.
that is just what the pattern is reminding me of. The
Yeah.
head shape, and I hope so because I was just talking about how much I love them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know why, but the first thing that I thought is that they were a monk. Um, before you said it wasn't druid.
I think
Because you
the
said it
arm
wasn't
wraps are
druid.
usually a pretty big indicator
Yeah.
Yeah,
because a
the
lot
arm
of monks
wraps.
tend to do arm wraps.
Also, just kind of the
Yeah.
brown orange outfit. It's very
Yeah.
flowy. It does kind of
Yeah.
scream monk.
Good for
Yeah.
punch the shit out of people.
I think she is very cute. However, I really like the last drawing with the turtle.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's
We
really
love the
cute.
friendly turtle.
like
Yeah.
yeah, I find it. I find her more cute than hot, to be completely honest. But
That's fair. It's because she doesn't have
Easy.
snitties, huh?
no, it's not because of that.
I'm joking. But yeah, I really do like this design. I
Yeah.
like the tail a lot, especially that first image
Yeah.
that we see. It's thick. It's so thick.
Flip tail,
We
love
love
flip
a thick
tails.
tail.
I'm partial to thick tails,
Yeah, we know.
as you may know.
I'll say,
Yeah, yours keeps growing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I really like it. I know you guys say monk, but I'm also like I like the simplicity of it because like druids often like they have a lot of shit on them and stuff like that.
Oh
So
yeah.
so
Yeah.
I do like the more simplistic version of this like druid aspect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I also like that
Yeah.
the midriff is exposed. Slut.
Tee.
Yes.
Slut. Actually, slut.
I'm a
Very
crop top girly
affectionately.
myself.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I don't know why, but the middle picture is giving me they have parental issues.
What? From the stand?
Just the glare.
Oh.
I mean,
They have
if
undisclosed trauma.
if she is
Yeah.
a
Probably.
if she is a water monitor lizard, that's just their faces. That's just how they look.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just a poor case of RBF, and I'm sorry, bestie.
Me too.
Resting bitch face.
I feel that.
Me too.
All right. But yeah, I love the
Whoa.
character as always. Oh, I fucking forgot this. The art. This is owned by Zero Throod. I'm fucking the worst. It's just
No.
It's
immediate
okay,
gushing.
buddy.
Art by In Order, Groovoo on Tumblr, A Fallen Wolf at Twitter, and then Mildly Curious Dragon on Tumblr as well.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Woo. There they go.
There they go. Farewell.
Goodbye,
Oh
Camembert.
my goodness,
Oh,
Nick.
hello.
Ah.
Ooh.
Maybe we should have
You're
lowered that
punching
one
him in
image
the
down.
titties.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's fine. Thank you, tech
Yeah,
friend.
it's great. My ear
That
is new censorship.
it was censorship. It's aight.
Yes, I'm put on thighs again.
God damn it. You're living my dream
No,
over
no,
there.
no.
Oh god.
All right. This is Carathis or Carathis. I think Cara. Cara.
All right.
Let's say
Carathis.
Carathis.
This is a more of a homebrew lizard folk situation. So, yeah, not fully lizard folk. So, but it works for us.
Mm-hmm.
They
Um,
give anime
Okay.
villain.
a little bit, but here's the thing. This
Why does
guy's
he have
just a
nipples?
blacksmith. I don't know. Again, it's
Oh,
homebrew. Um,
Yeah.
is a blacksmith. This is owned by Avia or Avia. Uh, whatever fucking region you're from.
Names.
Yeah.
Memes.
Art by
mhm.
In Order Kendra on Fur Affinity, and then King QOYT.
Ah,
Yeah. Hold on. Let me see. Yeah, is apparently very friendly and extraordinarily dumb.
oh, I love him.
A
Wonderful.
Himbo.
himbo.
Yeah.
Himbo.
Himbo.
Yeah.
Listen, I love
Like
him.
I'm stupid.
I like him super too.
Just
Yeah.
like me.
There's something to someone that doesn't that is big, friendly, and has no brains behind their eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No
And
brain. No brain. Only care
no
and
brain.
affection. Oh
Yes.
yeah, buddy.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I like him. I just the hairstyle, like in the second image, it throws me off. I guess.
Oh, that.
Edge Lloyd.
I like the thing that. Sorry, the thing that throws me off is the nipples. Like
Yeah,
the
that
rest is
too.
fine, but I'm like, why do you have nipples? Why do you have nipples? You're a lizard.
Yeah.
Why do you have nipples?
Just
Um,
where your clothes at?
Where your
For
clothes
cover
at?
them,
literally
cover
the
them up,
first
slot.
image, I was like, huh?
Cover them up,
Where your
slot.
clothes at?
I had to do a lot more censoring with Olivia. Goddamn.
Yeah.
You okay? You have. I don't know. Yeah.
Pat.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, God,
Don't
I
ban us
do
so
like the
much.
combination of the colors. To be honest,
Yeah, the
like
colors
the
are really cool.
Yeah.
and also horns and horn-like protrusions. I like that. I really love that kind of thing,
Yeah.
Yeah. It
especially
kind
in
of
the
reminds
tail.
me, especially the coloration and then the bright red, kind of like the those Chinese fire dragon.
Ooh.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I know what you mean.
Okay, buddy.
It's a Canix.
Yeah, pat pat. But yeah, I really like this. The tail is also once again big.
Thick tail. Yeah, buddy.
Thick tails.
You
Thick tails on life.
Yeah.
know what else is thick?
I mean, yeah.
I don't know.
The hammerhead.
Yeah, the hammer.
The hammer, the big old hammer.
Yeah.
And it's got a lot of good protrusions.
I'm now curious because like in this art he has no clothes, and then in the second art piece he still has no shirt, and I'm like, does this dude just go around?
Naked.
Yeah, is he from a nudist colony? I'm interested. I want to know more.
Maybe. Maybe.
It's just all been revealed.
I also want to ask why he has nipples.
Yeah, same.
Full Kaiser.
Go up,
Wait,
just
wait.
go
They're
up.
they're purely
Huh?
for aesthetic.
They're just
Probably.
painted on.
If painted on, just go up to him and go, "What is your
What are your nipples?
Can I see your 23 and me?"
Jesus Christ.
No, maybe he does. Maybe he's got some half orc in him,
Maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe that is
and
the other
it
half.
all
He-
comes. It
he-
all comes out in his nipples.
Because like
Okay.
he does also have a lot of hair for a lot, like lizard folk. I
A
don't
lizard.
typically think with hair,
Yeah,
but yeah,
Yeah, that's fair.
That's true.
True.
All right. Well, I'm sorry that we ended up just roasting this guy, but he is attractive.
I like him.
I
It's
know.
looking. It's just that there's like a couple things that are like, okay, I like you, I like your design, but why do you have nipples?
Yeah.
Gwen shakily holding up pencil to erase them.
My head kind of covers them up. Like if I
Yeah, if you
If you
keep talking
talk,
until we.
if I keep
punch
talking,
him.
I can just cover them up myself.
All right. Let's move on to the
God.
next one. And actually, Gwen, this is yours, so you get to introduce them.
Yay. Okay, this is Agatha. She originally was Dragonborn rather than a Lizardfolk, but I changed her when I was when I was going to use her for a level 21 shot a couple of years back. She is the last of a long line of warriors whose ancestor once sealed basically Great Wyrm Shadow Dragon, but couldn't finish the job, and they had been training for several decades and generations to basically train one warrior strong enough to finally defeat the beast. She was I again played a little bit with the idea that she was a little bit oblivious to how warm bloods, as she called them, feel emotions. She was all for it though. She was very curious, very fluffy, despite having like a very scary exterior, which is my favorite trope. um, but she was very bubbly, very. She was always trying to get the scrawny wizard to eat more because he thought that he was starving because he was so skinny. um, and that's more or less like the purpose description. She's I just like her a lot. She was like very funny to play.
I like her. I also like that her physique isn't like overly feminine. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
she's got very
She's
pretty eyes as well, I will say.
Yeah.
yeah, very kind eyes behind the mask. I
So,
really wanted.
my brain is just going big anime eyes. I'm so sorry.
Buddy.
I do like her a lot though. She's very pretty.
She is
Uh,
very pretty.
I would also
Like,
give her a smooch on the head.
Yeah, I really like the armor set for her as well.
mm,
I like
I
the scars.
yeah.
Yeah.
Give
She
me some.
basically she was training for a long time, and all that was like from the trials and tribulations that she got before like joining her into her big quest, basically. Because it was a one shot, like she didn't have like a super detailed backstory. But yeah, I really like playing her. She was fun to play. She was like very very big. My face is covering the stats, but it's see because it was a level 20, like a level 18 fighter. She had like a lot of ability score improvements, and she ended up like being both very dexterous and very strong. Because of belt of giant strength.
Belt
And
of
she was
giant
like,
strength, my beloved.
yeah, and she was like basically going around with the barbarian unarmored defense because you end up like having like 20 easy even without wearing too much, so she only had the pauldrons and the gauntlets.
Love a woman that could bench press me.
Yeah.
Yeah, she can bench press the gym probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wanted to make her like look really really thick, like really really sturdy.
Built like a damn redwood over here.
Yeah. Because I really like big chunky Lizardfolk, like like very very thick, very very big. It was pretty funny. Also, like doing the whole thing with going around after like the smaller party members, like you need to eat more as you won't grow strong like me. It's like, lady, I'm like an adult,
I'm
but you are
250 years
scrawny.
old.
Yeah, no, it like the wizard was an elf. Um, she was like probably like a few centuries older than her, but she was like,
Yeah.
"No, you're a kid.
She
You
may
need to
be a
eat."
lizard, but she is all beef.
Yeah,
What?
and she was also kind of dumb because, of course.
Yeah.
We
A
love
bimbo.
gummies.
Yeah.
Or
Yay.
is she a bimbo or a female himbo?
Isn't that a
Female
bimbo?
Fimbo.
No,
Fembo.
There's uh
him.
uh
I'm taking
Bim.
back
she
bimbo for
Fimbo.
us. Okay.
Yeah.
There's a list I could go on about. It's
Okay.
Like
Let's
yeah,
let's not.
that's
that's why
not.
I'm not.
Let's not go into a tangent. I could talk about that for hours.
It's all I'm saying is that there could be a lot of differences.
Yeah, no, but
Okay.
this is
Yeah,
kind of like more of like the seeking mode and the bimbo. But yes,
yeah.
see
Uh,
them, see big dumb and friendly.
Love that for her.
Love that
Love
for
that for
her.
her.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on to our last one of the evening.
Oh,
Yeah,
Um,
it's
adorable.
adorable.
this is Fig, a wildfire druid. She is a chameleon. And she has her 2 wildfire spirits, Kindle and Tender.
Love that.
Owned by Zero Fruit, and art is by Ishton.
Adorable.
I love the little blip. That's
Yeah,
just
they immediately they seem very bubbly to me.
yeah.
I love them.
I love
Little friends.
Yeah.
I want to kiss this one on the forehead the most. I'm sorry.
No, I'm with you.
no, I'm with you.
Yeah, like
Look at
it's,
her.
it looks so cute.
She's adorable.
And like it's especially I find it so funny because the chibi looks adorable. Mhm.
Yeah.
And how the birds are just
punching her.
rounding around.
You keep punching her in the
I'm
groin.
sorry,
You're
wanted to
punching
listen if
all
I
these
had.
characters right in the groin or right in the tit. It keeps
That's
happening.
how Gwen shows affection. She
Yeah.
punches you
I'm so sorry.
in the groin.
It was supposed to be flexing in the original. I was like, I know.
It's just the fact that it's so sudden every time that you talk, and it's really funny. That's all.
Look, I don't have the
Okay.
time or energy to animate.
I
It's
know.
fine.
It's
It's fine. It's
okay.
fine. It's fine. But yeah.
But yeah. I just I like this one. Like
I
I
really
think
like
this
her
is my
pose.
favorite. No offense,
Yeah.
but
She gives
Yeah.
very
No, same.
lizard energy,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
and also
along
her
with looking like a lizard.
yeah. I also the little god, the 2 little spirits are just she is so like well drawn, and I know like you can't always put effort, but I love that the they're just little guys. Just
Wait.
yeah, a little wit.
Yeah.
She also gives me almost like Mew vibes. It says something out of pocket and then scuttles away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. A little bit mischievous energy, in my opinion.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just like
A
a
little
little trickster energy, a little bit.
little
She
tricky, little
definitely
tricky energy, but also real sweet energy. Like
Yeah.
she will give you a rock that she found on on her walk, and she just carried
Yeah.
it for like 2 hours because she thought of you when she saw it.
Yeah.
yes,
That kind of
Yeah.
lad.
Yeah.
This
exactly.
one looks a little bit like a freckle right next to your cheek, and I wanted it to. I wanted to have it.
Yeah. Also,
That kind of stuff.
I really like the pose on the first one with the standing on the tail.
Yeah.
Yes,
Dynamic.
Mm.
I'm jealous. I'm not gonna do dynamic poses. I'm jealous.
I feel that.
Mhm.
yeah.
Price.
God, I
Uh,
just love. I like this a lot.
I like it,
yeah.
Picasso.
I like it. Picasso smacks it with a sticker of approval.
I'm I'm going to tentatively because it's like one of those things that because he kind of looks very bubbly, makes me think she's kind of young. I'm like, should I say old? I'm going to assume.
I mean, she has no pants on. I'm hoping.
Yeah.
All the
Yeah,
characters on this are they have to be at least like adult to be on
yeah.
here because I'm not about
Okay.
to catch a
I'm
Yeah.
not
case.
Then
simping over anything other than adults. No,
Yeah.
yeah,
I,
yeah.
the simple
Just
things should
you
be
know
a
what?
pretty good
Of
hint to
course,
anybody sending in
yeah.
shit.
of course.
I,
Just in
I will
case.
It better be, otherwise I'm coming to your
It
house
better
with a
be.
baseball bat, buddy, until you start learning.
Yeah.
I will also say
But just in case. Well,
um while not the focus of the in artwork number 1, I love the background. Very well
Yeah.
done.
yeah, it's very cute. And the fact that it's kind of just like this blur behind, it's really cool. Like
It's
I
very
also like her
nice.
clothes a lot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I love her
Chloe.
clothes.
I like her Picasso. She does look like she would say, "I'm lactose intolerant," and run away
Yeah.
Yes.
after stealing your money pouch.
After burning your village down, you know.
Oh
Oh no,
god.
no.
She's a wildfire druid.
It's,
Fair
it's,
enough.
it's, it's the
Mhm.
same vibe as I'm H2O intolerant.
Yeah. All right. Any last words?
Mm,
They need
That's on the
mwah.
for
Not as a threat. I meant any last. This is our last one, and we're gonna be finishing
uh,
on
any last
her.
words? Oh no, I'm right behind. I'm right beside her.
All right.
Jesus
Okay.
Christ. Bird.
You did not hear
Thank you,
that.
Heaven Bird.
All right.
And then
Damn,
Okay. So
I'm not awake enough for this.
I noticed. All right. So let's end it. Thank you guys so much for watching. That has been our Lizardfolk episode. This is going to, of course, be on YouTube. And as always, I always forget to say hi to YouTube until the end. So hi, YouTube.
Oh,
Bye,
YouTube.
YouTube.
Goodbye, YouTube.
it's been a
um,
delight.
yeah. This has our guests have been Nick's Bunny, where you can find them on Twitter, and
Yes,
Gwen
baby.
Dragon Art, where you can also find them on Twitter, uh, along with my lovely co-host, Juice TBH IDK.
Cool.
Thank you.
Wow.
I'm here. I
Uh,
Wow.
exist.
as always, Juice is the one who did the PNG tuber for Gwen. It's very lovely.
It
Uh,
is.
Yeah.
And of course, it's me, Cookie. I'm bad at being the social media person, but god damn it, I'm trying.
Bad at social media, but so good at social. Goddamn.
Which is ironic. But anyway,
Good at social bad at
um
media.
but yeah, thank you so much, and join us next time. Votes will come in and we'll see what we simp over next time.
I'm gonna break
Bye.
in again.
Bye, bye.
Goodbye.
What'd you say?